Hello again and welcome back to DJ's Movie Reviews. I make short movie reviews for people with short attention spans. If this is your first time visiting, feel free to hit that subscribe button, like the video, hit that little bell to get notified anytime I release new content, and of course, comment. Let me know what you think of what I'm doing, and suggest new movies to check out and rate. Today's movie we're going to be talking about is No Escape. This movie was directed by John Eric Dowdle, who also directed Devil, Quarantine, As Above, So Below, and the Poughkeepsie Tapes, which I have done a video on and you can check out whenever you want. This movie stars Owen Wilson from Father Figures, Lake Bell from Shot Caller, Sterling Jerins from The Conjuring 2, Claire Gear from Inception, and Pierce Brosnan from The Foreigner. The plot of the movie is, soon after relocating to Southeast Asia, an American family lands in the midst of a violent coup that could cost them their lives. Here's a little synopsis of the first 5 minutes. We're introduced to a highly secure meeting with two men who are seemingly very powerful. They close a deal, and one of them leaves. Once that man leaves the party, all hell breaks loose. This leads to a screen coming up that says 17 hours later. After the events that unfolded in the first 2 minutes of the movie, we're meeting the Dwyer family, which consists of a husband and wife and 2 little girls. They are on a flight from Texas to Southeast Asia following a business opportunity that Jack, the father, played by Owen Wilson, has gotten for a water company. Upon reaching their destination, you can kind of tell that they've landed in a bit of a third world country, complete with street vendors, performers, dark shady alleys, and even shadier people. During the flight, one of Jack's daughters, the smaller one, strikes up a conversation with a man named Hammond, played by Pierce Brosnan. During the conversation, she's learned that he's visited this region 16 times, around that many times, and he knows the area very well. So personally, when I hear this little tidbit in a movie, the reason for this many visits usually indicates a couple of things. 1, dude's paramilitary, or 2, he's a bit of a pedophile. But with the way that he is dressed, the scars he has, my best bet is that he's paramilitary. So after they get off the plane, they catch a ride to a hotel, but it's extremely late. So they go to sleep with the promise of going to the pool in the morning. But, as luck would have it, the next morning does not go as planned. Not by a long shot. The hotel gets overrun by an angry mob. And that mob does not like Americans. So they just start killing Americans and all the foreigners that are in the hotel without any type of regard. But what happens next is chaos. So here's what I think. This movie had me do something that I have not done at a movie quite a few years. It's been a while. Okay. During the movie, I was so tense and pissed off that I literally screamed at the TV. What was happening on screen got me so worked up that I could not hold in my emotions anymore, and I ended up, cussing up a storm, calling the characters stupid, idiotic, even insane. This, by no means, is saying that I did not like this movie. It's actually quite the opposite. With the amount of action, tension, full-on suspense, this flick kept my attention. It had me at the edge of my seat. I wanted to see how far that they would go to survive this particular predicament. That's the word I was looking for. Predicament. There was always something to fear as they were out and about. Something that could turn from a blessing to a curse. This film will make you think twice about traveling to a land of which you know extremely little. As a father, seeing some of the situations that came up, I was forced to ask myself questions. Questions that you really shouldn't have to ask yourself. How far would I go to protect my family? That's a big one. Would I kill somebody to survive? Could I sacrifice myself to save my kids? These are the things that make you think. And this movie will get you mad. It'll piss you off on so many levels. And that is what made this movie great. That little tidbit right there. It pissed me off, but it entertained me. And that's what I liked about it. If you're okay with graphic murder, executions, intense drama, action, sexual assault, near-death experiences, and a whole host of other uncomfortable actions, you might enjoy this movie. But it is very uncomfortable, but very, very exciting. So I'm going to give this movie 4.5 out of 5 stars. There was only one thing I didn't like about it, and that brought it to 4.5. It could have been 5, but it's at 4.5. With that said, feel free to subscribe to the channel, hit that like button if you enjoyed the content, also hit the little bell to get notified anytime I release new content, and comment. Let me know what you think. Give me movie suggestions. Other than that, thank you very much for joining me on this journey. I have a couple of more episodes, and that'll be the end of Season 1. Have a good day, and goodbye from DJ's Movie Reviews.